Well, it is a significant breakthrough. No other defence lawyer has been to Guantanamo Bay, and it is quite significant that we're allowed down there to see David, and I'm very pleased about that.
Do you know why now?
No, I don't. No one sort of said, right, we've suddenly decided, but you know, I assume that it has something to do with the action of the Supreme Court in agreeing to hear our appeal. I think that has spurred the administration on to take some action on this matter. And, you know, thinking constantly about him. Well, in the American judicial system, that is quite common, and I expect that is one of the things that we will look at and we will explore. But at this stage, I haven't seen all the evidence that has been gathered, and nor have any specific charges been raised. So, you know, my primary purpose at this stage is really to get to see David and to discuss with him what has happened, what his rights are, what may happen in the future, and to advise him what his options are. I think that's the most important thing.
Coming to visit?
Yes, he's aware that I'm coming to visit, and I have brought with me a brief videotaped message from his family that I have asked the authorities that I be allowed to show. No one's actually given me permission yet, but no one's actually said no either.
What kind of concerns do you have about the conditions he's been held under in the last 2 years?
Well, the conditions are of great concern. Firstly, he has been essentially in a cage almost for 2 years in a very isolated spot, in total isolation from the outside world, and has had no idea what has happened in the outside world. He has no idea of what efforts have been made on his behalf, or that anyone ever cares about him. And I understand for the last 6 months he has been in isolation, away from the rest of the prison population, essentially in solitary confinement. I think if I was in that situation, I would be pretty desperate if it was me. Not exactly what we'll do. Well, I mean, that's inherently unfair. Not only has the American authorities had 2 years to investigate him, the Australian authorities have been over here on at least 4 occasions interrogating him as well. I don't know the extent of the interrogations yet from the American authorities, but David did say in his letters at one stage that he was being interrogated constantly by the Americans. And the Australians, we know, interrogated him for 10 days. Now, they've had 2 years to gather all their evidence, and it puts us at a serious disadvantage because there may be material that was previously available, maybe a year ago, is no longer available, or people that may have been able to assist some time ago may not be available. Their memories may not be so good 2 years after the event. They may be seen as less reliable witnesses to someone that the prosecution had taken a statement from, you know, within days of a particular event. The lawyers that I've worked with in the United States certainly have. They've worked in cooperation on this Supreme Court appeal.